on this bright day. We gather to be strong.
Nearly 2,500 Americans from all 50 states recently gathered for a groundbreaking summit to focus on fully integrating people with developmental disabilities into our society.
Where are you from? California.
Some were Americans with disabilities, some were their family members, and others were people who've committed their lives to helping those with a developmental disability.
Where are you from? Where? Connecticut. All right.
The summit was the brainchild of 11 national organizations that serve people with disabilities who joined forces to form an alliance, the Alliance for Full Participation.
What we want to focus on most is how we improve the quality of lives.
And the goal of this summit was to bring together many voices from many walks of life to discuss how to improve the lives of individuals with disabilities.
We need to have people with disabilities out front, guiding us.
And how to create a world with full participation for all.
You almost have to start with the attitude to be able to achieve almost anything.
Many voices, one vision. For many adults, their job is a large part of what defines them. It provides for their housing, independence, a social circle, financial security, and dignity. While people with disabilities have the capability to do the work, they are often denied the opportunity.
Let's dive right in here. Take out your keypads. I'm going to ask you a question. People with disabilities can't find jobs because, sorry, it's tough, but you're going to have to pick one of these.
45% of those polled at the summit said that this was due in part to the attitude of employers. 27% said that poor schooling, training, and preparation hindered their employment opportunities.
Let's come back up to our panel here and continue this discussion about jobs.
I think that in the world, 60 to 70% of all people with developmental disabilities work in food service, they're working in the kitchen, they're working pulling trash. So when we think about where you belong or where you should be hired, that's all we know. I think that is very honorable work, but I believe it's only honorable if it is your choice. I think that there is a huge stereotype, and I think somehow we have to break out of that stereotype. It's a vicious cycle, but we believe that people with developmental disabilities are capable of incredibly complex work and matching them in a complex job.
We have folks like Matt who are delivering e-cards.
I like this job because I like meeting new challenges and with the competition of trying to improve.
Okay. Currently we have over 100 people with significant disabilities working here at Children's, and it really runs the gamut. We may hire a person with a disability.
This batch, I've received your page.
And they will have a typical job coach. Only in this case, the job coach is familiar with the hospital, has been here a long time, and is part of our staff.
Which one are you picking up?
So every day, people with disabilities can perform their jobs. They can be very, very complex. They can pay well and provide benefits. If we teach anything, I think it's about possibility.
Children's Hospital of Cincinnati isn't the only company making huge strides in this area. Other companies have also provided individuals with disabilities opportunities in the workforce.
You've got some very interesting, innovative things, as does Children's, in the way you work. Tell us what MBNA is doing.
At MBNA, we currently employ 319 individuals who have a cognitive or developmental disability.
319 people.
319 people.
What do you pay?
The representatives in support services make the exact same wage that their non-disabled counterpart make in other parts of the company.
They make the exact same wage?
Correct. You have the same benefit package, you have the same retirement package, it's the same prescriptive coverage.
Okay. Karen, what do you do?
I work at MBNA in Newark. I'm in support services. I do the jewelry and fabric, credit cards to gift cards. I do Hotmail. I help other teams out with different projects.
How long have you been there?
4 years.
Melvin, introduce yourself.
My name is Melvin Williams from Byron S.
Uh-huh. And what do you do?
Delivering packages.
Deliver packages?
Yes.
Right. And how long have you worked with Bill?
6 years.
6 years.
I want to make it clear we're a small company. We only have 14 people in the company.
I think that's an interesting contrast. You're not Children's Hospital. You're not, certainly not MBNA.
So just like any small company, everybody has to do different jobs. Melvin does about 3 or 4 different jobs. Melvin provides an absolute necessity service.
3 very different companies with 3 very capable employees. The experience of these employers is testimony that people with disabilities can perform very complex tasks when given the opportunity.
I'm more or less, I'm a small company, so I'm customer driven, and it really is a matter of what the customer wants and what the customer needs, and that's where our equipment goes, that's where our personnel goes, and I can tell you our customers love Melvin, and he's out in front. He meets our customers on a daily basis, so he is our #1 representative.
These employers are prime examples of how full participation can have successful results for the employee and the employer. The question is how to get more employers to see the possibilities.
You think some things need to change?
I think the people who are going out, who are in the front line, who are trying to access the employers, need to do a better job.
From a provider side, what has to happen is you have to approach us as a business. You have to understand what we need. Don't come to us as a provider, as a nonprofit provider. Come to us as a business that you have employee possibilities for us and find out what works. Take all of the data that you've collected over the years and put it to work for the people that you support.
Business does not understand the way that provider agencies work, and we're very different entities, and business would like to work with another business.
While changing employers' attitudes and increasing their awareness are important steps, there are still other challenges to overcome, which participants at the summit highlighted. Reliable transportation to arrive at the job location consistently is key.
I think that people need to be able to get to work, and for me, transportation is one of the largest problems.
I was out of work, I think, for 4 days one time because the computer system at Metro Access went down.
Affordable housing close to the job sites is also important.
I am on a waiting list to get into a totally separate apartment complex.
How long have you been on that waiting list?
It's been over 2 years. They told me the waiting list was 2 years.
So
I'm
anytime?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Medicaid can also be an obstacle.
The system needs to be completely revamped because the way it is now, you have no incentive to work.
Another challenge is the shortage of direct support professionals as job coaches and facilitators for meaningful employment.
How do you teach someone how to be employable if every year there's a change in staff?
Brian, weigh in here.
The average staff works maybe less than a year at Mosaic. And
is that a common experience?
Employment is one very critical link in the chain that leads to full participation for all, and increasing opportunities for employment requires a diligent effort to boost awareness of employers and the general public across America.
I don't think I'll ever give up.